Hi, welcome back to the channel, Fifa Mobile. Alright, sharing with you the happiness of getting the OVR 180, and of course I'm surprised that the next bonus OVR needs 60,000 perk points. That's crazy. I've been saving up really a long time for this 40,000 in order to get that bonus OVR plus 1 so that we hit that milestone of 180. It's always a dream of mine to basically hit 180 because I've been hovering around the 170 plus for quite some time. Also, we need to focus on chemistry as well, so we couldn't really able to upgrade to Team OVR, but now after saving for a few moments in terms of the multiples of those perk point savings from the tournament wins, managed to save 40,000, and we are really happy right now in order to have this OVR. Of course, because my formation for my H2H is slightly different, henceforth the OVR for the H2H still remains at 179. Previously it was 178, so it is up by 1 as well, but it's just that the VSA, also called the versus team, is more appropriate in terms of the positioning where the players are. So 180 is achievable in that context. Alright, something to share in the match day. If you have missed my video, which is the previous one before this, please take a look. I've already said what are the 6 countries you should focus on for the match day 3 itself. Alright, so I also want to share with you, if you opened your pack from the event itself, like this for example. Alright, so this doesn't attributes to opening from the store. There's a difference. Alright, so what's the difference is that you can see a number 4 right now at the top right hand corner on the notifications. Later on you see a number 5 instead once I open that pack from the store, because you have an action packed. Alright, so this task here, of course you can watch the free video, but sometimes 10 hours doesn't always happen appropriately when you want to enter to play the game. So this is also one opportunity for you to get that quest done. So opening the same thing from the store completes that quest, which is weird, right? So it is the same thing, right? But if you open it within the event itself, it doesn't attribute to action packed. All right, but once you open that pack in the store, you will achieve that quest, or the so-called daily quest of action packed. Alright, so you can see the number 5 at the top right hand corner. Alright, now I'm going to test out my team of 180 against opponents in the league tournament. As usual, it's important to play all 3 leagues to be able to participate in our so-called next tournament. That's a very strict rule, which is good. The guild leader or the owner has set that rule, which is a fantastic rule, I would say. So in this first match itself, this is somewhat normal. I would say somewhat normal, okay? Later on, the next match, which is a match number 2, is a classic example of EA's bad scripting. All right, so you can see it's relatively easy, which is normal. I mean, when you have 180 versus 15 plus OVR, you don't expect it to be that tough. Furthermore, the chemistry of this player, also called this opponent, is not high. So if you are not really good in VSA, just like me, you may want to choose someone of lower chemistry or OVR as well. But be appropriate in terms of your choosing, because if I would have selected the 13 plus or the 14 plus opponent, I would basically put my team members at risk of fighting higher OVR players than them. So you got to choose appropriately. Since we have 180, I'll choose relatively slightly higher, but not the highest, because I have really expert members in the league itself, which are of 191 or 192 OVR or even 188 OVR. I'll leave those experts to tackle the hardest 2, also called 2 or 3 of the opponents, while I tackle the mid-range, because I'm really not that fantastic in terms of ESA as well. So I must say, generally we'll try to target about 20 20 goals. So in total, we were hoping to hit 60 as a so-called target. It depends. Sometimes it's achievable. Sometimes you can even get more than that, like 65. But rarely we'll hit below that. But unfortunately today, I'm going to show you the classic example of scripting in the next match, which actually impedes our target progress of 60. Overall, I only achieve, I think, something like 56. So that's what I'm trying to share with you again. Same player, same basically everything is the same, but the results a lot of difference. All right, so this is a fully scripted against me kind of match. You can really observe the difference. You have seen the first match just now. Now you observe this match itself. All right, so it's very different. When EA want you to lose, you would lose. All right, as you can see, its defenders is always in your way. The goalkeeper, I think, is the best goalkeeper in the whole FIFA Mobile. So you can see here, it's impossible. All right, so rarely you have a chance. You try to score a goal. Again, you can see here, most of the time I would have already scored probably 4 or 5 goals by now, but at the 15-minute mark we only have scored 1 goal. All right, so this is indeed the classic example. You can call it the classic case study of EA terrible scripting, which is really not necessary in my opinion, because you basically want people to enjoy a game by having player against player. But once you add this scripting mechanism to make people lose or win purposely, I think it defeats the whole purpose. Must as well you press a button and then you get the results. I think that will be easier and basically avoids all this frustration, because you've been trying your best. You know you're better OVR, better chemistry. You expect so much more, but you don't get it. So that's how frustrating sometimes EA programmers are. Apparently, I believe they do not play the game themselves. So that's the reason why they can't really be bothered, or they are very motivated to make you feel frustrated, so that you will spend actual money to upgrade your team further. So if that's the conspiracy, I think that's unscrupulous. All right, so shouldn't be the way. Games make fun in the perspective of the customer. All right, so you can see here the difference in terms of score as well. Only at the last moment they release a bit. So all right, so we couldn't get back to the same player because someone had already chosen that. We could choose another player of slightly higher OVR. Again, you remember just now the score is 15 goals. Let's see. This is slightly higher in terms of OVR and chemistry. Let's see how we fare. All right, because just comparatively, this is about 3 OVR higher. I think much better chemistry. Let's see. Did we manage to get 15 or more? If it's proven that we get 15 or more, it is obvious. Of course, you can say that generally matches are like that. Even in real life, sometimes the better team doesn't win. But I think generally, if you come towards a game, I think the general perception of individual players is that I have a stronger team, I should win, right? So that's the expectation that people would expect. But again, the scripting is making things worse. I don't know how, but apparently if EA could remove that scripting, I think apparently there'll be more fun in it. There's more real feel to it, rather than it's all fake, it's all artificial. Even the market is artificial. I think if you have not realized, the market is totally artificial. And there's no way EA could stop the auto clickers as well. It's all artificial. So that's really something that's a bit frustrating about this game. But of course, if you play from a free-to-play perspective, it is just after all a free game. Don't spend real money. I think that's perfectly fine. Like what I'm trying to do. No matter how frustrated I am, I always tell myself I'm just a free player. What more can you expect from a free game itself? Okay, so people will be spending real money. I think that's really poor. Try not to spend real money in this game. It is totally unnecessary. Furthermore, once the season ends, everything goes back to zero. Why would you like to burn cash which could use for better use rather than putting into this game itself? It's totally totally not worth it, and the price is exorbitant. Alright, so you can see it's obvious at this juncture. We are already scoring 21 goal. Probably we hit 22. Alright, so 22 goals against 15 goals of a lower OVR is obvious. So this video is just to show you scripting is indeed in place. Alright, thank you for watching. Do like and subscribe. Goodbye.